Howdy y'all, welcome back to the Black Sheep Meadow. Today I'm going to bring y'all in Amber's chicken coop and we're going to discuss a little more about compost. If you haven't seen my compost part 1 video, go check that out. Compost, as I explained in the previous video, is it's an aerobic process where we take a specific amount of nitrogen, a little bit of carbon material, mix it all up with some moisture and oxygen, and the microorganisms begin to break the material down into a nutrient-rich soil. Problem with this is about every 3 to 4 weeks, as you monitor the temperature of the compost pile, the microorganisms will begin to die off because they're missing nitrogen, they're missing moisture, they're missing oxygen, something of that nature. So I'm here to show you today, this is a little bit more of a permaculture technique where we're letting the animals on the farm do the work for us. It takes a little bit longer than, say, what a pile does, but basically we have a wood chipper, and all of our wood chips, our tree limbs, everything that we chip up into a debris gets spread out here in their chicken run. Over the year, the chickens will come and they'll scratch on it, flip it over. It's constantly getting moisture added to it from the chicken coop misters or the rain. It's getting nitrogen added to it via the chicken manure or even ammonia. And then they're constantly flipping it and turning it over. So they're basically doing the work for me. I don't have to come in here and do it myself. So basically about once every 2 weeks I go and get a tub. We got several piles of this wood chip. But about once every 2 weeks I come and get a tub of it and put it out in their chicken coop in a pile. They love to stand on it, kick it out of the way. They scratch. They're natural scratchers. So they actually make this compost here for me. So I'm going to get y'all in a little bit closer to some of this compost that's in this pile. It's probably been here about 6-8 months already. Probably early next spring, late next winter, maybe February, we'll get into pulling some of this out and refilling this entire coop again with, or starting the process over, refilling the entire coop again with fresh wood chips. Let me get y'all in a little bit closer. So as you can see here in the chicken run, the wood chips that are down here on the bottom, they've constantly scratched. This was a big, huge pile, or several piles that I've added over a period of time. But as you can see, they keep kicking it, and this is compost. This is breaking down. This is all the wood chips. Like there's a what's left of a corn cob in here. So they're constantly re-adding nitrogen to it. They're constantly kicking it over, re-adding oxygen to it, and they're doing this all for me. So this is basically a no-maintenance compost pile here in the chicken coop. And probably, I'm going to say next February, I mentioned it before, probably next February, we're going to kick this out into the garden, possibly till it into the garden. We're going to see how we get our garden soil, where our nutrient level is at on it. But like I said, next spring, we're going to come back in with several buckets, refill this in. It gives the chickens something to do. They tend not to fight each other if they got plenty of activities throughout the day. And like I said, this is just another version of permaculture here on the homestead. I like to mention too, chicken coops are naturally smelly. They have an unpleasant odor you might not like in your homestead. These wood chips are also a carbon material, so it's an odor neutralizer. Throughout the year, if the chicken coop gets a little too wet and there's too much ammonia in here and it starts to smell too much, wood chips in it, odor neutralized almost instantly. Hey guys, I decided to bring my second bucket. Amber reminded me I forgot to say, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. We'll see y'all next week.